Today, what we're going to look at is how to scale your business the right way. So since last week, we talked about a conversion strategy. Today, we talk about a scaling strategy. And this is one of those times, this is one of those sessions that we do a work with you model as opposed to just doing a TED talk. So in our desire to scale our real estate business as we get into 2023, we need to do an analysis of what have we done in 2022 and really determine, has it worked for us? And in the same vein, we need to understand what didn't work for us, right? So just having that awareness of what's going on. So if you're a safe place to do so, take out a piece of paper because it's going to be for you. This is something I'm going to go into as well for myself. But I want you to take inventory of what you've done in the last 48 hours. So get your mind right, get those juices going. What have you done in the last 48 hours? And you don't have to say it out loud. You don't have to put it in the chat, but just really make this inventory of your time. That's the most scarce thing that you can have. So we need to really look and be cognizant and mindful of where our hours are going. So in the last 48 hours, what have you done with those times? So estimate the number of hours that you slept. Estimate the number of hours that you spent in the gym. Estimate the number of hours that you spent cold calling. Estimate the amount of hours that you spent showing homes. So really try to break it down for yourself. I'm going to be quiet for a couple of seconds and we're going to keep going. But again, what have you done? Take inventory in the last 48 hours of what you've done, both personal and business. So I'll do that right now as well. It's challenging, right? It's challenging. So those folks that are just joining, we're taking inventory of what we've done in the last 48 hours. So we're trying to parse out where our time is going, both from a personal standpoint and a business standpoint. So guesstimate the amount of hours that you slept, guesstimate the amount of hours that you prospected, guesstimate the amount of hours that you did family time. So take a couple more seconds and then we're gonna move on. So again, if you have a pen and paper and write that down, it's gonna help you for clarity. Morning, everybody. So what we're working on right now is we're taking inventory of our last 48 hours. What have we done in our business in the last in our life, both personal and business in the last 48 hours. So write down guesstimating how many hours you've slept, guesstimate how many hours you spent with family, prospecting, working with clients, working contracts, and everything in between. All right. Okay. So who would like to, good morning, Kim. Who would like to share any, how can I say this? I'm not going to say epiphanies, but any realizations that you had while you were writing things down? Was it in line with what you thought you typically do? Did it surprise you how much work or how much time you spent with family? Any realizations?
Yeah, I'm going to be very transparent. Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Good morning. Welcome.
Um, this has always been the challenging thing for me to put in writing when I've gone through, similar situations. And it was an epiphany because I knew it was a pain point that I wasn't putting enough of me in my business to make it successful. I had a lot of distractions. So I wrote them today. Thank you. It was a breakthrough moment for me. I took the responsibility of writing it down today and I saw it. And now I know how to correct it. So thanks. I wanted to just be transparent about it.
Well, I appreciate that. That takes a lot of humility, takes a lot of self-awareness, a lot of courage. So I appreciate that. So for the folks that are joining, an exercise that we're working through right now is take an inventory of what we've done in the last 48 hours. So for those of you that are just joining, to accelerate it and so you can catch up, take inventory of what you've done today. Now, I understand some of you might have just woken up because I know that you're on the Pacific Standard Time. So it might be a little short list, but that's okay. What we're trying to identify is where is our time going? Because that's the most scarce. And we're going to build to something, I promise. I just want to make sure that we have a good understanding or at least see it visually of what's going on in our business or lack thereof. So our next action item as we progress forward. Well, before we go there, anybody else want to share any realizations that they had as they were writing what they where their time has gone in the last 48 hours?
I'll go ahead and share. The last 48 hours, I actually didn't spend too much time with family. So that was actually a realization. And that's with me working from home most of Sunday and most of yesterday. So even though I was home, I actually spent more time working. So that was kind of an eye-opener.
I like that. I like that. We're starting to when you write it down, it just provides a different level of clarity, right? But let's take it one step further. Let's actually start making movement in our business. This is the mastermind session. So regardless of where you fall on that fence of maybe I spend too much time with personal, maybe I spend too much time in business, maybe I spend too much time, God knows where, I don't know what I was doing. Whatever that ends up being for you, the next step is we get to design what we want our business to be. But I'm going to kind of lead the witness here for a second. So rather than ask you to list out what do you wish that you were doing, I'm going to take it one step further and I want to ask you to list out what revenue generating activities will move your business forward. So just list that out for yourself. And try to make it specific to you. If you're of the mindset that you're never going to do direct mail, as an example, don't put that down. Put something that what will move your business forward? What business generating activities would move your business forward specifically? Is it cold calling? Maybe you're a cold caller and you can spend a little bit more time there. Is it launching Facebook ads? You've launched Facebook ads in the past, they've worked, but then you've kind of fallen off the horse. Has that been open houses? You've been super successful at engaging people at open houses, but you haven't done an open house since 2005, right? So it's one of those things that what revenue generating activities are going to move your business forward? So just list those out. Don't worry if you're doing them right now or not. This is where we get to design what we want our business to be.